Hello, thank you. I'm happy to introduce Pick8ship to you with a good disruption of parcel logistics. What is parcel logistics? It's an online order from a retailer point A to a customer at point B. As simple as that, but it's actually a bit more complicated. If you look at it, it's a quite complex process behind with a lot of manual handling that we all don't see, but that is very time-consuming, needs a lot of investment and a lot of space and a lot of people. And it's relatively expensive, although you don't pay as a customer all of that, because parts is paid obviously by the online retailer and parts is paid by the producers and intermediaries in between. So it's a complex process. So what is the problem? Could you move the slide? Yeah, oh, sorry, that was too far. Yeah, so what's the problem? On the one hand, from a customer perspective, e-commerce logistics is a quite cumbersome process because you have the delivery windows and quite increasing volumes. We receive 50% of air and packaging waste, and we have a family of 5 at home. I spend about 50 to 100 hours a year in folding cardboard, disposing cardboard, and handling returns. So it's an awkward process for customers. For retailers and parcel service providers, it means they have basically to hire lots of people to cover the growth. The manual processes are very hard to automate, and they have massive investments in logistics infrastructure before they can actually do any online sale. The result is high logistics costs, Amazon up to 30%. Other players, typically between 20 and 30% of revenues are logistics costs. That means that over 2/3 of their gross margin actually is spent on logistics. That's massive, but it's also a great improvement potential in there. That's what we like. For the environment, it's quite a challenge because every e-commerce shipment is about 0.4 kilograms of waste, just transport packaging. And let me tell you, there's no way to recycle out of the waste crisis because it needs too much energy to recycle cardboard and 4 times more to recycle plastic. And of plastic, you know that only 15% is actually recycled. So one way is no way. With Pick8ship, we took a very radical different approach and said, okay, we want to get rid of cardboard and of manual stacking of shipments. We actually want to use multi-use boxes. So we have a multi-use box with support rails on the side so that we don't need to stack it on top of each other, but we can actually move it into a trolley that has support rails on its sides. So by that, we massively streamline the logistics process because lots of the handling that we usually had, we can get rid of. And besides streamlining fulfillment, we also get much more faster on the delivery side because we don't need to load trucks with individual parcels, but we actually can fine sort the trolleys and move the complete trolleys onto the delivery van. So overall, we reduce operations costs by 30 to 50%, and especially on the investment side, we need much less investment, much less space, and we're efficiently scalable because it's all mobile, it's a completely mobile system that we can use. Let me show you a quick video of how that actually works. It's shortened on my LinkedIn profile or on. Here we see a fulfillment center. There's an order picked now. You see headphones actually picked from also a goods-to-man system with from Pick8ship. And if the orders are picked, the sorting trolley, sorting robot actually comes. And it's a relatively simple sorting process where we take now destination trolley, for example, that would be central London. So we pick out the shipments that go to London and move them into the London trolley and move on to the next destination trolleys. That's the sorting process. So we don't need a football field, a big sorting center, but it's actually on very small space we can sort fastly. Then we have the sorted trolleys actually go into a truck, and normally that takes 1.5 hours to load a truck by hand. So it's a couple of minutes. And what is very interesting, you see that we have a moving mechanism that can actually move trolleys in standard vans. It's an add-on that you would build in so that we don't have to crawl into the van to search for a parcel, but we have actually a pick-by-light system without long searching where we find the next shipment to bring out. And the next new thing that is possible is if we come now to the customer, that the customer might decide not to take the box because he says, I just want my products. So he basically takes the product out in that case. And now she has a return, and she can immediately put the return and book it into the same shipment box, so that the delivery driver, always on the way back, brings back actually new business home. And besides the home delivery, there's obviously the multi-drop situations that get more and more important in the future. And here we can fastly basically exchange complete trolleys, as you can see. So what this new logistics system actually enables, that you can either start on the city logistic and last mile delivery side, or already in the fulfillment center, and you radically streamline the entire logistics process. You need much less space, and you're much faster in the process. As you can see, we reduced 60% of handling steps from over 40 to down to 15 handling steps, and it's completely automated. This new approach and process. And we have different use cases from fashion over grocery, micro-fulfillment for grocery, city logistics I already mentioned. So exciting use cases that we're working on. And yes, so we want to build the logistics backbone for the circular economy. Thank you very much.